Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're doing another figure review, and that will be of the Batman Unlimited New 52 Batgirl figure. Now, the Batman Unlimited line is kind of an offshoot of the DC Universe Classic line, and it just focuses on Batman stuff. If you notice on the back of the package, you can see the rest in the wave. You have Batgirl in her new 52 costume, Batman in his new 52 costume, only it's the same one that I showed earlier, only has a metallic kind of glow to him, and then the 1960s, 70s kind of penguin. So, um, in saying that, I really wanted to get the Batgirl figure because it's the new 52 costume, and I've been a fan of the new 52 costumes. Granted, there have been bad ones like Supergirl's. There's been a lot of great ones, and Batgirl's is one of them. So when in talking about this figure, I'll also do a little comparison to the previous costume before the new 52, and you guys can decide amongst yourselves which one you truly think is the best. But I will give you my opinions, of course, because, well, I'm just an obnoxious individual that have to lay my opinions on everyone. No, it's true. I do that. Anyways, on to the packaging itself. The packaging itself is actually really kind of cool. It stands out to you. You have the Batman logo up top here. You have the actual image of the character here in comic book art form. You have the picture of the character, and then you have big bold letters who it is. Very simplistic, but at the same time very eye-grabbing. What I really like is the colors that are used, the black and the orange. It just kind of grabs you. In the back of the package, you get a little bit of information about Batgirl, and then you get a little bit of statistics. When I mean little, I mean really little. And you get the other characters in the wave. And that's about all. Like I said, the package grabbed me, and I was hesitant to get this Batgirl figure, mostly due to the price tag that Newberry Comics was asking for it. But I haven't been able to see it anywhere else, and hey, Christmas is coming up, so I thought I'd treat myself to my own gift. Hey, there you go. That's the best way to make excuses for stuff like this. So, in saying that, what we're going to do is I'll open up this figure, take a look at it, and we'll go from there. Be right back. On to the figure itself. And here's Batgirl in all of her new 52 glory. The first thing that you can notice when you look at this figure is you could say that it's very recognizable to the DC superheroes or DC Universe Classics, depending on what package you got it in Batgirl. Barbara Gordon right here, Barbara Gordon right here. Yes, they both look very similar, and you could argue that their face molds are pretty much practically the same. Even looking at the hair in the behind, though, you're going to notice that they're very much different. The molds probably were taken from each other, but they're actually, like I said, very much different, down to the hair. The capes are different, the body molds are different, the hand molds are different, everything is different about this figure. It looks very similar. See? But they are, again, very different. Even down to the fact that Batgirl in this figure has a little slit at the top of the eyes, where Batgirl in this figure does not. Minor things, but we'll get to the little comparison at the end. Right away, this figure, I can already tell you, is very loose. And I can live with that because Mattel figures tend to be loose sometimes. But it was very annoying when I took the figure out of the package and it was already like that loose. And then in areas where the figure doesn't need to be loose, but then in areas like the shoulder, which in the female figures tend to be a big problem area, it was very tight, so I was really worried about breaking the figure. One thing I do notice that they did with the figure that is a big improvement on Mattel for the female figures. If you notice there, the arm actually swivels right here at the elbow, where originally on figures like Catwoman, Batgirl, Supergirl, the arm would swivel up at the shoulder area. Now, a lot of people didn't like that because the arms could break very easily, and it's one thing that I was very cautious about. But definitely made an improvement in making it so that it doesn't swivel at that point and it swivels a little bit lower. So kudos to you, Mattel. You definitely improved on that. Now, Batgirl's new 52 costume looks very similar to her other costume, other than the fact that it's just now more body armored and has a little bit different color to it. You know, the cowl looks pretty much the same. how the gloves are positioned to where the boots are positioned in the designs. Everything looks very similar, but there are a lot of changes. Again, like I said, very body armor-like. The belt is completely different. There's a lot more rigids on the like arms and inside the glove areas. In addition to that, the colors are gold, black, and purple instead of blue, yellow, and gray. Whether or not you like that color change is really up to you. I'm kind of a fan of black and purple almost in anything. Um, and I'm not a big fan of gray. Batman's probably the few things. Batman and the Star Trek uniforms are one of the few things that I like gray in, but it's gray. But yeah, you can definitely see that the costume it looks very similar, but it's also very much different. And like I said, this costume is a better costume than the other one, or at least I think it's a better costume. If you do a little side by side comparison, you can notice how similar they are, but how different they are too. Now, the one thing about this figure that I don't like is one, good luck doing any head swivel motions because that head is so on tight there, especially because of the hair, it's not going to happen. Two is it looks like her hand is good to go for any weapons, but she doesn't come with any accessories. Actually, as I look at the box now, just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, she comes with nothing. You could use one of the previous accessories that are given in the Batgirl figure, but to be fair, I wanted accessories for this figure. Putting that all aside, I guess the only major complaint I have with this figure, because it is actually a really good looking figure, is the price point. You know, you can pay maybe $15 plus shipping online for the figure, so it might come out to around $20 online, which isn't horrible. But if you wanted to get this in store and just cut out the middleman, you're probably going to pay around 23 bucks. I haven't seen it in any TRUs. I haven't seen it in any Targets at all. The only place I've seen is Newbury Comics. Nothing against people that work at Newbury Comics, just Newbury Comics is, well, Newbury Comics. It tends to overprice everything. But I'm glad I got it because it is a nice looking figure, and for the new 52 look, it pulls it off very well. So I'll give you guys another overlook of the figure itself. Again, in this line, you can get the new 52 Batman, which has a metallic coat to it, which is different from the DC Universe Classic one, which just has a normal coat to it. And then you can also get the Penguin, which I have no inkling to get, but hey, whatever. So yeah, the face mold looks really good. So I'm satisfied with this figure. I like it. The articulation is good on it. You can get it in some dynamic poses. And it's definitely worth picking up. So I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.